He is barely out of his teens. Roman Montoya has seen and experienced a lot of trouble, heartache, and pain. And in 2012, he was arrested when he was just 11 years old. He got involved with the wrong crowd, involved in drugs, illegal activity. Luis, welcome to 100 Huntley Street.
Thank you for having me.
You got in with the wrong crowd. How did that happen?
Just high school. I was just going into high school, grade 9 and stuff, and my friends were like, "Oh, let's go have outside. Let's go outside." And after that, like, they had like a joint. They gave it to me. I was like, "No, I'm not doing that stuff." They insist. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna be cool. You're gonna be popular if you do all these stuff," and that's what I wanted to do. So I took it.
So the peer pressure was there.
Yes.
Did you sense that maybe that was the wrong thing to do?
I did sense, but like with the peer pressure from my friends or wannabe friends back then, they were like telling me to do all these stuff, and I was like, whatever, I'll just do it for the fun of it.
So up until that point, I mean, you're just such a young guy.
Yeah.
When you were raised, was that some of the issues you were taught morals and try to live a good life?
Yeah, I was raised like that. I was like, my dad wasn't involved in my family, like in my life. He was deported back to Mexico when I was like 9 years old, so he wasn't part of my life. But without having him in my life, led me choosing the wrong path than what my mom taught me to do.
So your mom was trying to do the very best she could, but you didn't have like a male role model. Was part of the issue?
Yeah, I never had the male model in my life.
So you went to jail, spent a night in prison 6 years ago.
Yes.
That must have been just a traumatic experience for such a young man.
Yeah, it was. I was scared. There was a lot of things going in my mind, like, what am I gonna do? Like, is this the end of me? Am I going to jail for what I did? I didn't know what to do. I was just there, like, sitting on the chair, laying on the table, just praying.
You were praying?
Yes, I was praying.
So tell me, why were you praying? Did you have were you on a spiritual journey? Did you have a God consciousness at that point?
I didn't have a God, like, I didn't know if there was a God, but I was just praying just to see if God was listening to me or if he wasn't listening to me.
So you thought, might as well take a shot here.
Yeah.
So what were you praying?
I was just like saying, God, please help me out here. I'm sorry for all the stuff I did. I'm sorry for sinning. Just help me out.
How did you have that kind of understanding? Like, a lot of people I talk to that get into trouble, they don't even believe in sin. They just think, hey, it's okay. But something was obviously happening inside you for you to be even thinking about such a thing as sin.
I don't know. It's something inside me I just don't know. I can't explain too much because, like, I'm not at that point in my life right now to explain what was going into me, like, at that point. But all I can say is it just came out. Like, I didn't even think it. It just came out of me, out of the blue.
So you had this experience in jail. Was it one night? Just one night, right?
Yeah, just one night.
Okay, so what happens in the days following that?
I told my mom, because my mom was really religious to God. She's Catholic. And I told her, and she's like, you know what, God's speaking to you. Just gotta pray, pray, pray. And one of my friends, I told him, he was Christian. He was involved with Liberty for Youth. And he told me, bro, like, that was God talking to you. He wants you to be something. He got you out of that.
Did you think God got you out of that, or you just think it was maybe a coincidence they let you out?
It was just like, I don't know. It's a 50-50 right there.
Okay. So at that point, though, Luis, you felt you were drawing closer to God, or was this just like one of those help prayers? Okay, I'm out of trouble. Now I just continue on with life. Or were you starting then to maybe have a spiritual awakening in you?
I was starting to get the awakening of God being in my life. And I was just like, yo, okay, so I'm not going to hang out with those people, but I'm going to try doing the best I got for anything else. Like, I would try to follow God bit by bit, you know?
What was your understanding at that point of Jesus?
Oh, it was just like, my friend, like, he helped me a lot. Like, he helped me a lot through that.
He was there because you had perhaps a concept of God maybe as this, guy in the sky that's going to judge me. If I make a mistake, bang, he's all over me. Was that what you're thinking? And yet trying to maybe understand the person of Jesus and the difference between this God in heaven that's mad at Luis,
Yeah,
and a Jesus that you're now starting to read about in the Bible that talks about loving you, being your friend.
Yes, that was all about it. Just what you just said. That was like the thing that was starting with me in the beginning of me following God, me following Christ, me being a great person in life. And just because I did a mistake, I didn't know what to do.
And you wouldn't have probably understood maybe the grace of God like you do now.
Yep.
That, okay, if I make a mistake, if I sin, He still forgives me.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a break. You went down to Mexico a couple of years ago.
A couple months ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago, and it was very, very dangerous there. And so we're going to talk about that when we come back with Luis Montoya in just a moment on 100 Huntley Street.